Hello loves, welcome back to Cozy Reads by D. Normally, today I would put out a story of one of my original stories. The one that I was already doing was called Dragons of Moonlight and Time, but I haven't actually been working on that story as of late, and there are a couple other stories that I'm kind of working on right now that I'd like to get out to you guys, a couple of original stories that I'm working on. However, in the meantime, I have written a quick story. It's going to be a quick beginning, quick end. And the name of this story is The Nightmare That Wouldn't Wake. And this is going to be a horror story. Bear with me as I have to do the different voices. I'm sorry if they're not so good. But let's go ahead and jump into our story tonight. The Nightmare That Wouldn't Wake. The rain started before sunrise. Not the gentle kind either. This rain sounded angry, violent. It slammed against Mara's windshield so hard she could barely see the road ahead. She almost canceled the trip because of it. Almost. But after the year she had, the breakup, the eviction notice, the unbearable silence of her apartment after losing her mother, she needed this weekend away. She needed trees, quiet, distance. So she kept driving. 3 hours deep into the mountains, past winding roads and dead phone signal until she finally reached Black Hollow Cabin Resort. The word resort was generous. There were only 4 cabins scattered throughout the woods and an old lodge office sitting crooked near the entrance. The open sign flickered even though it was daytime. Mara grabbed her bags and hurried through the rain. The woman behind the counter smiled too wide. "Long drive?" she asked. Mara nodded. "You're in cabin 4. The woman slid an old brass key across the counter. Not a key card, a key. Something about that unsettled her immediately. "Wi-Fi password?" Mara asked. The woman's smile twitched. "There isn't one." "Oh. The mountains don't like signals." Mara laughed nervously. The woman didn't. Cabin 4 smelled faintly of pine and smoke. It was beautiful in an old-fashioned way. Stone fireplace, vintage furniture, huge windows overlooking endless woods swallowed by fog. For the first few hours, everything felt perfect. Mara unpacked, made tea, read a few chapters of her book, even took pictures for her social media before realizing she had no service. By nightfall, the storm worsened. Thunder rattled the walls. The lights flickered once, twice. Then the power died completely. "Of course," Mara muttered. She found candles in the kitchen drawer and lit them one by one until the cabin glowed amber. That's when she noticed the photograph. It sat on the mantel above the fireplace, a framed picture of a woman standing outside cabin 4. Mara frowned. She hadn't noticed it before. The woman in the picture looked strangely familiar. Long braids, dark hoodie, tall boots. Mara stepped closer. Her stomach tightened. The woman was her. Not someone who looked like her. Her. Same scar near the eyebrow, same nose ring, same everything. The photo slipped from her hands, shattering against the floor. Behind her, she heard a creak. The bedroom door slowly opened. Mara froze. "Hello?" No answer. The cabin suddenly felt too quiet. Then came footsteps. Heavy. Slow. From inside the bedroom, Mara grabbed the fireplace poker. Who's there?" The footsteps stopped. Then a voice whispered, "Don't let it see you." Mara's blood ran cold. The bedroom light flickered on by itself. Empty. No one there. But written across the mirror in dripping black letters were 4 words. "You should have left." The front door slammed shut. Candles extinguished simultaneously. Darkness swallowed everything. Then, A scream erupted outside. Not human, not animal, something in between. Mara ran for the door, fumbling with the lock. It wouldn't open. The scream came again, closer this time. Branches snapped outside the cabin. Something large circled the walls. Then came 3 loud thuds. The window shook violently. Mara stepped back, trembling. Then she saw it, a face pressed against the glass. Pale skin stretched too tightly over bone. No eyes, just empty sockets leaking black liquid. Its mouth split impossibly wide, smiling. Mara screamed. The creature slammed into the window, glass exploding inward. She ran, out the back door, into the woods. Rain soaked her instantly as she sprinted blindly through the trees and mud. Behind her, she could hear it crashing through the forest. Too fast. Way too fast. She tripped over roots, gasping. Then she saw lights ahead, the lodge. She stumbled inside, drenched and hysterical. The old woman behind the counter looked up calmly. "Oh dear," she sighed. "It found you." "Call the police!" Mara cried. The woman tilted her head. "There's no one to call." "What is that thing?" The woman stared at her silently for several seconds. Then she said, "You..." Mara blinked. What? The woman slowly pointed toward a newspaper clipping hanging on the wall. "Missing woman found dead after cabin fire 3 years ago." Below the headline was a photo. Mara's photo. No. Mara whispered. "That's impossible." "You never left Black Hollow," the woman said softly. Mara backed away in horror. "I'm alive." The woman's expression turned sad. "No, sweetheart. You're the thing in the woods." The lights died again. Darkness. Then Mara heard breathing directly behind her. Wet, raspy, familiar. She turned slowly and stared into her own face. Rotting, smiling, dead eyes leaking black liquid. "You keep forgetting," it whispered. Pain exploded through Mara's skull. Memories flooded back all at once. The cabin fire, the screaming, burning alive, trying to escape, dying alone, over and over, every single night. Mara screamed and woke up in bed, panting. Sunlight streamed through apartment curtains. Silence. Safe. Just a nightmare. She laughed shakily and grabbed her phone. No signal. Weird. Then she noticed the smell. Smoke. Mara slowly looked toward her bedroom door. Orange light flickered beneath it. Her apartment was on fire, and somewhere beyond the flames, someone knocked, slowly, 3 times. Then a familiar voice whispered from the other side of the door. "Wake up." Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's story. I hope you all enjoyed the nightmare that wouldn't wake. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of tonight's story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Cozy Reads by D. Thank you again for you all's support. And you have an awesome night. Bye-bye now, loves.